Hi, this is David. I got a nice comment from, again, my little friend over in England. And she said, You're just about as bad as I am in choosing marriage partners. Well, kind of got my mind going. She was right. I think I'm worse. I wanted to do this video on how do you match up. How do you, when I think of my education and my background and all of the dynamics of human interaction and individual human development, how the heck we ever match up is sometimes a wonderment. I've tried to shake down, I've been married 6 times, so this makes me somewhat of a bad expert, I guess. I don't know. But if I can share anything with my audience, I would share this. Nothing is for sure. Please do not take what I say as 100%. Nothing in this life is 100%. And if you think everything is black and white, you must be a Mormon. It's kind of like Jeff Foxworthy, you know. If you've got 19 kids in a van and they're all yours, you must be a Mormon. Anyway, here's what, in searching my own life, and I'm 64 next month, and looking at my mistakes and trying to sit down with my counseling side of my head and say, what the hell went wrong? And why can some people marry someone and they're married 63 years, and I'm married 63 days? What is it with movie stars and others who go through partners so quickly? There's so many dynamics, and I've thought of them. One is youth. We're not who we are when we're 18, 20, 24 years old. We're not the same person when we're 55 or 60 years old. We've developed. And you know what? Our partner has developed. And so the possibility of both of those developing and continuing to be in the same relationship are very low statistically. One may change religions, one or two may change a job, one or two may change social interaction after you see how much an asshat kids can be. The other one may go, no more for me. We've got enough asshats in this family to wear for the eternity. So the dynamics change. You know, you marry this handsome guy and he's got, what are my kids, buff. What is that? Where they say, he's got a rack or something like 6 ribs sticking out. I wouldn't know. You'd have to get a exploration to get to my ribs. But anyway, and the guy, he marries this cute little gal, and gosh, she's got a nice little breast, and she's cute as can be, and she's never had sex before, so she's she's a willing partner, and screams and yells, jumps around on the bed, plays with the mirror on the ceiling, buys gallons of whipped cream. You girls, you're so cute. And then suddenly she turns 28, 30, 33, and she's got 2 little kids. And when you say, Mary, come on in here, let's have some fun, she'll yell back, take your fun, put it where the sun don't shine. I've got 2 kids. One is sick. One has to go to the doctor. And I'm fixing supper for 2. And the washing machine is spurting water all over the inside of the room. And the bathtub shower's not working. And he'll say, well, that doesn't matter. Excuse me. The little general is calling. And she'll yell back, tell the general he's in retreat tonight. Well, it gets worse. It doesn't get better. And you can't blame her, and you can't blame him. He has work, and he's been out, and that's men. They're very, very sexual, and she's worked her ass off. And the thing about a woman is their work is never done. If you've got kids, they're up folding clothes at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're shopping and carrying crap up the staircase by themselves. So there's this progression in a marriage, and I'm certainly not telling you something you don't know unless you're 23. And I've got 2 people that are 23 that watch me. The rest of you have screwed your life up. You're in your 40s and 50s. What I say means nothing. If you had to do it over again, David may have some credence to what he's saying. Well, it gets worse. It gets worse. Pretty soon, the man feels a little pushed out, and the children are taking the time and attention of the wife. And before you know it, depends on the man. Depends on the man. Will he start looking for another companion? Well, most men don't go looking. It just seems that they lower their guard, and suddenly the secretary at work or the little girl that serves them the taco at Taco Bell seems more attractive, and she smiles more, and she seems to be happy to see him. And the wife, he comes in and goes, "Where are you?" And she goes, "I'm under the bed trying to fix the mattress." Marriage can really ruin a good relationship. How the hell do we do it and stay with one person? Well, don't listen to me, because I wasn't able to do it. Some of you that have been able to do it, maybe you know more about it than I do, but you're probably more angry than I am. When it ain't working, it ain't working. And I have a bad habit of going, you know what, you're out of here. Go fix the bed somewhere else underneath. But anyway, the dynamics are so complex, because we're not full grown, and our opinions and our religion, our politics, and our attraction to our mate can change. That's just life, folks. It can change. Now, most of us can blind ourselves and just kind of keep our minds on this is who we married, and we're trying to be loyal and not betray anybody. But sometimes, depending upon your personality, you become so angry and so upset, you finally say to yourself, is it better that I live with her or with him or without him? And if that answer comes up without him, it's divorce city. If I can leave any good and probable advice. I hate people that give advice, because usually they don't know shit. And maybe that's me, I don't know. But here's what I've found. If you go looking for a mate, you're probably not going to find him. You're probably going to drop your standard to, like I did, mental patients and promiscuous women. And satanic ritual survivors. I think I lowered my standard way down. Now, why did I do that? And here's the crux of what I'm going to say. If you're looking for a spouse, you're desperate. You're desperate. I think that if your mind is open and you're marriageable age, and somebody pheromones or their looks or the way they treat you or their sense of humor attracts you, then that's kind of how relationships, in my opinion, have some viability and longevity. If you're looking, I remember my genie wife. Not well. I don't want to remember her well, but I met her at a church, LDS Mormon dance. That was my first, second, and third problem. But I danced with her, and just, talking, and she said, well, I love bald men. I just go crazy when I find a bald man. Well, it happens that I had no hair. Just like, and I go, hey, I'm in luck. Now, there's a reason for a longevity relationship. She thought it was. I thought it was. I thought, I'm going to be bald the rest of my life, so she's going to be attracted to me the rest of my life. There's the Mormon thinking. No common sense. So we married, and we were married 18 years, and, there was some longevity to it, but not enough. Here's what I think. I think We need to know ourselves. We don't need to know our mate at the beginning. I think from 13 until 20, 22 marriageable ages, we should be spending our time learning. Are we a piano player? Do we enjoy dance? Um, are we a right side or left side person, brain? Are we a type A personality or different? What are our hobbies? What are our interests? What are our skills? And what in the future do we want? Now, when we get to know ourselves, here's what I found. We will attract. We don't have to chase a mate. We will attract a mate equal to the quality that we are. So if we're always trying to, climb the ladder of success and dating the cheerleader and the football player and, having status among high school kids, that don't fly when you're married and you're 10 years down the road. Here's what I think. I think that we attract the quality of the person that we are. They see us and we see them, and there is pheromones, and there's attraction, and there's sexual tension, and we have prepared ourselves for marriage. So when that person says to us, well, what would you like to do? I said, well, I kind of like to be a doctor, and I know that I won't be able to have a lot of kids doing that, but I really have an interest in being a doctor. And she says, what are you thinking of doing? Said, well, I'm thinking of being a CPA, and I like working in an office. And you start to exchange the quality that you are. When you choose a mate by chasing them, basically you're chasing a black cat in a dark closet. They don't know who they are. You don't know who they are. And the chances are they didn't spend any time in their youth preparing to be a good marriage partner or a good person. So my crux of what I'm saying is that if I had had better self-esteem, if I had known myself better, if I had gone in extracurricular activities, which I didn't, if I had become social, which I wasn't because I was LDS, and all I was looking for were two things. Is she a Mormon? Then does she have a vagina? And if she qualifies, hey, I don't care if she's a mental patient. She met my qualifications. And my wife, Jeannie, she only wanted a bald guy. Well, in the Mormon church, I had a lot of competition. That made for a good marriage. Well, it doesn't, folks. It doesn't. Be yourself and improve yourself. And find your talents and your skills and your ability. And if you find a marriage partner that goes, every time you ask them a question, I don't know, well, whatever you want, it could be that way, or it might be, and you find somebody like that, you set your pants on fire and you run to the ocean. That's a person that you don't know. That's a throw of the dice. That's a throw of the dice. And many times, I've crapped out, to say the least. So, learn, study, be as wide spectrum as a person you can be because you'll fit with more people. Be loyal. Find your morality. I don't mean church, and I don't mean, come ye saints. I don't mean that crap at all, because that can come and that can go. And your eternal marriage can be a piece of shit and a lousy, miserable life. It is certainly a statistical that if you marry someone of the same religion, the longevity of that marriage and the possible success of that marriage is higher. That is a statistic which is across the board. However, that statistic will not outweigh that you like to dance and they hate it, or he likes to sing and you can't stand it, or he wants a Corvette and you want a little tiny, economy car. He wants to have 92 children because he's starting his kingdom here, and you want to have one or two, and that religion is not going, or any religion, is not going to umbrella and cover those things up. So you go, see, he's a returned missionary, and she's never had sex, and she does have a vagina, and she's, you know, a member of the church. I'm taking her. Well, a lot of those marriages end up on the rocks, and worse. It's bad enough to raise, to have kids come from a divorced family, but it's worse to have them live in a broken family. And so some of you who are hanging on and want to drink and want to, you know, get out, and you can't because you're too old, or you can't get a job, or whatever the reasons, that's miserable. That's living a life of pain and suffering. So what I'm saying is, get to know yourself. Get your damn self-esteem up so you don't end up with some skank and then find out later on that, you know, you could have done better, but you didn't. And same way with the girls, you know, just because he was a returned missionary doesn't mean he's not an asshole. That doesn't cover assholes, a mission. So any advice I can give after 6 failed marriages, this marriage is going good. It's been 5 years, and it seems to be finally, because I have a quality person, because I started to be a quality person myself. And so we're true to each other, and we enjoy each other's personalities and sense of humor, and she's kind, and I try to be, and she understands, you know, my medications and being bipolar, and I understand her coming from another culture and country and language. And so be a quality person. Be highly qualitative. Go out for theater. Go out for your bowling team or your ski team, and be a super dynamic person. And by God, you'll just run in and meet probably a very, very good mate, and you'll match. You know, you don't have a loser and a winner, or you don't have 2 losers. And I think that is the best advice I can give to any young people. I have some BYU students who watch, but not that many. But when you're choosing, be your best. Don't be desperate and go, oh, I want to get married. You know, to a man that goes, hey, she's hot. You know, I'll be able to get her back down on the mattress very quick. So, yeah, sexually, things should match. Things should match. And in the Mormon church, how the hell can you match that? How the hell can you match that? I'm saying it's about 40% of a marriage in your 20s is sex. And then it'll drop probably 10% per decade after that. And, you know, if you get somebody who, like I said, she's swinging from the trapeze in the room and bringing in 55 gallons of whipped cream, that's probably going to be a dream. There's not too many girls like that are virgins. There's a lot of them out on the street like that for $100. But she's not going to get married with you in the temple, and she can't get a recommend. So please, if you want to avoid some of the heartache and losing children and losing spouses and child support and custody and your house and your cars and the miserable parts of existence, for God's sakes, be the best person you can be, and you will attract a high-quality, good person, and you don't have to be desperate. You don't have to be desperate. There's a lot of good people out there. It's just people like me that are desperate. I want mental patients. I want skanks. I want cheerleaders that are blemished. These days, I don't. These days, I want just a high-quality little gal that is truthful and faithful and knows who she is and stands up for who she is, and that attracts me. Good luck. It's not an easy path. Thanks.